Oh my god, Zach, I started the recording and this is take two.
Let's take two. Get your bingo cards out, because we're already on take two.
Last
So
recording was a disaster. Oh
what
my
it was a
god.
disaster of a first recording. Uh, it was the multiple technical issues and a bit that was the bit funny? Was the bit good? I can bring back the bit.
Your half of the bit was funny, my half of the bit was not funny.
Okay, so my half of the bit was I realized that with the amount of people here, I could just say like I am going to this bar on Thursday, and as long as this video gets uploaded before Thursday, that's technically just a fan meetup with like very short notice. And I never quite thought it would be that easy. And then I mentioned possibly naming a bar, and then stopped short of just easily making it so I doxed myself to anybody who wants to come visit.
Zach, what's the
Although I
name
do
of
think that'd be fun.
what's the name of your bar? What's the name of our A Song of Ice and Fire themed bar gonna be?
Ooh, that's a good one. Uh, that's a good question.
um uh uh what do you think of house? Oh my! Oh no! My 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 pen isn't working again. Oh no!
Oh no,
House
house
special.
house special.
Yeah, like a House Greyjoy, House Stark, House Special.
You know what? That one flies under the radar. So when you get in and it's Game of Thrones themed, it's gonna take people like a minute to click. Oh, this is like the shows, like the House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, like house. Oh, I get it. Um,
Zach, it's gonna be a typing kind of recording session.
uh, I think uh, Lord Beersbury.
Lord Lyman Beersbury. Oh my god, I would drink so. My phone is still booting, by the way.
Nice.
I
So
would,
we have to vamp for a little bit longer.
Lord
Excellent. We love
Lyman
vamping at the beginning. People have never complained about that before.
Beersbury. Oh my god,
Uh,
this one goes out to that one person who keeps on telling us how much they like that we go on tangents at the beginning of episodes. This one goes out to that person. um,
uh,
let's see. What do you think of the pour on Greyjoy?
pour on Greyjoy. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
All right, so give me one
Uh,
more.
mm, uh,
I still do kind of like House Special.
that's not bad.
It is. You're right. It's subtle. Like, and you're right. People will walk in and be like, "Oh, this is that dragon show," and we'll be like, "Yeah."
Yes, correct. Um, uh, and you know what? Instead of us coming up with the rest of them, in the
In
comments
the comments
below, give
below.
us your bar name that is a pun on a Song of Ice and Fire.
So
And the
funny.
best one will steal and never give you any of the money.
The next one will patent and then license to you. Oh my god. Oh, holy cow.
uh,
I'm so excited to ditch this YouTube channel as soon as we make it big in the bar scene.
uh, I don't know if we make it big in the bar scene. I think we might want to keep the YouTube channel like going and just film in front of a live studio audience of drunk people.
Zach, I have a theory for you today. And in fact, this theory is not one of mine.
Nor is it one of mine. And
Yeah.
random internet guy is not about to make an appearance either.
Seb, what are
Shout
you
out to
doing?
random internet guy. Unless he pops in here, he could just join at any time.
Yeah, there is precedent for that.
Yes, that's true.
Oh
No,
my
this
god.
one is made by someone who is often in our comment section and in our Discord. ndsketcher
Yeah.
has submitted this theory.
This is a theory by the esteemed ndsketcher. The original document that I received had 45 clues. I went back and checked. It wasn't 41, it was 45.
45 clues, which is more than we have ever written for
that
any theory ever.
and
By a lot. I think I got 25 on my best.
Yeah,
I think the red door theory had 25 hints.
And even after I did some, some combining of clues to make it a little bit more streamlined, it is still the longest theory we've ever done at 30 clues. This theory is coined by ndsketcher, our fantastic friend over in the Discord, which you can check out below if you so desire. And Zach, I'm very pleased to announce that I also added some tinfoil on top of this tinfoil.
Oh boy!
So it has evolved into a hybrid theory.
We're gonna get your theory on top of
Oh yeah.
And it's entirely possible I build on top of that theory. So, ndsketcher, you're gonna get a lot of joy out of this one, hopefully.
Zach,
unless we hate your theory, but I doubt it. If Tom is already making additional tinfoil, I'm pretty sure that is exclusively a good sign.
Zach, I'm excited. It's crazy, but I'm so excited.
I am always excited for a crazy theory.
It's really good. It's fantastic. I'm gonna put it right up on the line with your grand brothel conspiracy. Right? It's that kind of level.
That one was pretty loony.
It's so good,
especially with my additional tinfoil on top of there of great psychic Taisha.
It's incredible. It's gonna be one of those things where we're gonna get to the end of this and we're gonna be mad because we're gonna have to say, "Oh, dang it, that's probably not the case."
Oh yeah, this is crazy. It's awesome, and I wish it was true.
It's a better.
All right, George R. R. Martin, if you're watching, take notes.
Yeah. All right, Zach, please allow me to give you your first clue. You ready?
I'm ready for my first clue.
The Tully house words are family, duty, honor. By the way, if you want to see more of the incredible stuff we're about to do, please feel free to subscribe. Because I'm told that if we say that in the videos, then the people from YouTube will stop standing outside my window late at night.
Yeah, especially the really tall, faceless one. He's been there a lot recently.
Yeah. He's really tall. He's really long and lanky with like a pale face and a YouTube play button right in the middle of his eyes. All right, Zach, there you go.
The YouTube official Slender Man.
It's good to see he's still getting work.
Marble Hornets ended, and he had to pull on the only connections he had.
Yeah. It's like when you see actors from the 90s, like when I recently watched a movie that happened to have the main character from the Vampire Diaries in it, and you just look at that person in this trash tier Christmas movie, and you're like, I'm glad they're still getting work. Yeah. In the comments below, please tell us if any of the bits were doing work.
We love to know. Actually, we'll still do them even if they don't.
Yeah,
So
and I'm gonna respond to each and every one of those. I don't care.
that was a response. You're not going to get an actual written out response. You can just
Yes.
imagine that Tom wrote out that he
Yep,
doesn't
that's
care.
it. That's what you're getting. Okay, Zach, here we go.
So I've heard people talk about this in like a theory space before,
Okay.
that family, duty, honor will be the character arc for some character, that they will put family above duty and put duty above honor, but they will try and do all three. I've heard this in some aspects of Lady Stoneheart, where she has to go in the story. I've heard some of this for Sansa, and I've even heard people talk about Edmure and the Blackfish as potential people to follow through on family and then duty and then honor.
Ding. Brendan Tully is between 55 and 57. He is said to be tall and have bright blue eyes.
Can I try and hole shot this one?
Oh my god, please.
Is the Blackfish Shursadrich?
No, but I kind of love that.
I feel like Sansa would recognize her own uncle if he just showed up. It would be a pretty big blunder on her part. They've presumably met before. I don't know. Maybe that's not true. I got like a good way to figure that out? Did Sansa meet Hoster before he died? Like definitely not in the books, because there was never an opportunity.
Yeah, I think so. I think that and I could be misremembering. I think that Sansa at one point remembers visiting River Run when she's very young.
So, like, she definitely met Brendan. He would have just popped by to see his
No.
family. Like,
No.
he's not at all like he and Hoster did not get along like amazingly. But they didn't have any bad blood, and he definitely isn't estranged from the family.
Zach.
So, and also
Yeah,
he loves Cat. That dude really likes Cat. His favorite niece, right?
he does
Out
love
of
Cat.
to be fair, like or granted, his other niece is definitely nobody's favorite niece. No, nobody's like, Lysa, it's been so long, except for Cat.
Okay, Zach, wait, hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone.
Yeah.
Go back a step. You said some stuff in there.
What should I repeat?
You said some stuff in there. Go through some of those beats again.
Brendan is really close with Catelyn, cares about her a lot.
That's true. Just before that,
Brendan is Catelyn's uncle?
That's also a ding. But that's not what I'm looking for. Go a step before you were talking about him visiting Catelyn. And Brendan Tully is the beloved uncle of Catelyn Stark. Period. I want to talk directly to camera 2. All right, Zach.
Yeah.
Can I talk to camera 2 for a second?
Please talk to camera 2.
ndsketcher, this is, I like, truly and unironically, I'm so happy right now. All right, Zach, I'm back. I'm back from camera 2. Camera 2 wanted me to tell you.
I guess I'm gonna vamp on a similar subject. I like that the Tullys are one of the like few them and the Starks really are the like two families we see that aren't like incredibly dysfunctional of the like leading houses of Westeros. I guess you could say the Tyrells aren't really all that dysfunctional in the grand scheme of things. There's definitely some scheming that not all of them are a part of. And I guess the Aarons are only really dysfunctional as a product of Lysa being married in. But like you get a feeling that all the Tullys really do care for each other. There isn't like much bad blood between any of them. Even like Lysa, for as crazy as she is, I don't like her family doesn't like talk about her like she's an outcast or anything. And even if Brendan intentionally like never married all the people that Hoster wanted him to marry, they still like get along, and like the Blackfish is there when he dies too, I
Ding.
believe.
Hoster Tully wanted Brendan to marry, but Brendan refused all his matches.
Now, there's two different theories I've heard about this. One is that Brendan Tully is gay, which, like, totally very much could be the case. There is absolutely no reason not to believe that. There is something that I have heard some people give evidence for that I kind of like also, because Brendan Tully, like, remembers details of Catelyn's mother that even Catelyn can't remember perfectly. And there's a theory that Brendan really loved Catelyn's mom and was kind of like upset when Hoster married her instead and rejected the marriage out of like principle. I don't know if that has anything to do with this theory or not.
It has a lot. It simultaneously has a lot and nothing.
It has a lot, nothing to do with this theory. Excellent. So that is a ding then.
Right pew, wrong church.
Right pew, wrong church. What?
You heard me.
Huh?
Yes,
I've heard right church, wrong
you
pew,
you
and
you are
I
you are
don't.
sitting in the correct seat in a church that looks similar to the church you should be in Minnesota.
I've been to Minnesota twice. I've never been to church in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I've been to the Mall of America.
Oh my god. Is that in Minnesota? I thought that was in
It's in
Tennessee.
Minnesota. Yeah, it's in
Okay.
Minnesota.
Oh.
It's great. I was able to walk from my hotel to a bar and then to a theme park to get on a roller coaster and never go outside once, which was successful of an evening in my book.
Nice. Oh, holy
Uh,
cow. Okay. Zach, I'm gonna toss this one in here, okay?
yeah,
I'm gonna talk. You got close enough to this one. George Martin has thus far not shed light on why Brendan Tully remained unwed.
yeah,
And that is interesting.
it is. And there's the two commonly accepted theories. He had a thing for Hoster's wife, or he didn't have a thing for any woman at all because that's just not his orientation. He is gay or asexual or something to that effect. Uh, I don't think that this theory is like down the pipeline of Brendan Tully was actually sleeping with Hoster's wife and is actually Catelyn's father.
No, no,
Uh,
no, no. Right pew, wrong church.
right pew, wrong church. Uh, or is actually Lysa's father, and that's why she's so messed up. Maybe.
You're in the same seat in a different church in Alabama.
Yeah. Is this a parentage theory? It can't be. Tom, you got quiet.
I'm quiet. How am I possibly quiet? Oh, hold on, Zach. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh my god, how could I possibly have been quiet? I was losing my goddamn mind.
I don't. Maybe I just didn't hear you laughing.
I think I peaked the
Maybe
mic.
Discord didn't pick up your
Oh my,
maniacal laughter. Is
oh
this a
my
parentage
god,
theory?
it sure is, Zach.
Because we're very much running out of people. Is it Edmure?
Nope.
uh, so right pew wrong church. Maybe
Right,
you didn't give me
wrong church, Zach.
you didn't give me a ding for him remembering exactly what Hoster's wife, whose name I should double check, looked like.
That is
Uh
correct. Oh my god.
that's right. She's a Went. Minisa Went. Which is interesting because there's so many interesting things about the Wents that don't get talked about a lot. Because the Wents are like almost like, I think they're extinct or like semi-extinct in terms of like the male line. Or at least they're very rare. I don't know if there is any. Yeah, there's a living woman Went who is uh married to a Frey. Interesting.
Ooh. Ooh, I love interesting connections. I'm also reading through these clues again, and I'm so damn excited.
One thing I want to say about the Went connection is that
uh-huh.
there's like a small folk rumor that when Sansa disappears after Joffrey's poisoning, it's because she turned into a half wolf, half bat,
Ah,
which is
yes.
interesting
She
because she's
fluttered
got the
away.
wet blood. She just got the wet blood. She's got the Stark blood. I just think that's a neat like little connection there. I don't know if that has any practicality towards future theories. Uh,
um, it does not.
I don't know if it's an application to this theory or any theory we write in the future, but maybe it does. Just not this one.
Oh,
Uh,
Zach,
Tom,
before I lapse into solipsisms of laughter again, we were talking about some other Blackfish theories. Can I address them briefly?
yeah,
These are from uh, these are from like ndsketcher's supporting documents. Ndsketcher sent supporting documents, by the way. Um,
nice.
uh, Many fans believe that Brynden is gay, asexual, or otherwise like deeply unattracted to the individuals that Hoster was offering to him. But
Or has some sort of opposition to marriage or something of that sort.
but if that's the case, we have to underline this word here, right? Like I think that Andy Sketcher makes a good point. Even if he's gay, he would still have to marry for duty like Renly did. Um
Yeah,
and if it was a political or some other reason, he could have talked to Hoster and found a match that he approved of. It's weird that he didn't marry. So Andy Sketcher
it was
supposes,
very explicitly his duty as a lord to make sure there are more Tullys in the world.
yeah, and it's his duty as a brother, as the second son of House Tully. It is his duty to uh, uh, help support the family. It's weird that he didn't marry, and I agree with the take that it's probably, I think, for a personal reason, and that I think is one of the cruxes of this theory.
For a personal reason.
Yes,
It had to family had to come first, right?
sure did.
Interesting. Uh hmm.
You, I,
Tom, deal me a card.
Oh, I would love to deal you a card. Hang on. Now is a good time to provide you with the knowledge that this theory comes in several pieces, and we are some of the way through the first.
We're some of the way through the first. Let's get me out of the first piece then.
No, I'm gonna give you a roll within the first piece. One of the ones that you missed that I think will get you to another.
Okay.
Yep, here we go. In 260 AC. Hang on. B capitalized, you nerd. In 260 AC, Brynden Tully fought in the War of the Ninepenny Kings.
Ooh. So,
Yeah.
should we talk about Southern ambitions here? Because there's the commonly held theory that probably has some truth to it that during the War of the Ninepenny Kings, a uh, pointless and bloody spillover of the Blackfire rebellions that the lords fighting it all sat down and came up with a contingency plan to someday make an alliance powerful enough to knock the Targaryens off the throne, and the inciting event just happened to be what led to Robert's rebellion. This makes some amount of sense because Ned and Robert were both fostered by Jon Arryn, who also fought in the War of the Ninepenny Kings. And Ned's dad was there. And yeah, Brynden was there too, and could have been wheeling and dealing on the side as well, and could have brokered that Catelyn and Brandon Stark marriage that didn't happen, and then Ned had to marry Catelyn instead.
Uh, the the Southern ambitions I don't think is extremely relevant. However, you did start chatting about other people who were there. Can
Yeah.
can you tell me some of the other notable officers in the War of the Ninepenny Kings?
Well, Barristan Selmy went up and slayed Maelys the Monstrous just because he felt like it.
That
Uh,
sure is dang correct. That was fantastic.
I believe there was a Lannister present. I don't know if it was Tywin or
Yeah.
not.
Sir
But
Jason Lannister, father to Joanna, not who I'm looking for.
who else was in the War of the Nine Penny Kings? Uh,
I got a whole big wonderful list here.
um,
Did you reference that you referenced the Baratheons, right?
it did reference the Baratheons.
Yep, Lord
Yes.
Lord Ormond Baratheon, grandfather to Robert Stannis and Renly, was there. He was killed in the war.
Yeah, he was.
Hmm.
Uh,
There's a couple other
Jason
notable.
Lannister also died.
Yep.
Uh, Quella and Greyjoy was there.
Oh, baby, baby, ding.
What? What? Huh? I was honestly thinking it was going to be more likely to mention that Roger Rain was there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Woohoo. Give me a war. Give me a war. Yeah. I don't know if I'm capable of stopping laughing until you take the reins.
I'm lost. I am floored. I do not. Uh, uh okay. Was a notable commander in the war, which is underlined, of
I'm
the
so
Nine Penny
I
Kings.
wanted to underline war of the whole thing. Hang on, I'll underline the whole thing just to make sure that it's not confusing. I just got to move this up a little bit. Shoot. There we go. I wouldn't want to make it confusing, Zach.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We aren't even to my tinfoil yet.
This isn't Blackfish is the father of Euron Greyjoy theory, is it? That can't possibly be where we're going. Why are you writing texts? No! I am going to become the Joker. He is tall and has bright blue eyes.
Yeah. From way downtown.
Brendan Tully fucked Quellan Greyjoy's wife.
Oh my god, that is the best moment of my life.
Why would he do this?
Oh, bright blue eyes.
Bright blue eyes?
Bright blue eyes, right up there.
Bright blue eyes.
I sure do.
Yeah, this is true. What you've just underlined is correct about these characters.
Oh my god, my hand is shaking. Oh my god, I can't. You know what? We're not even gonna do it.
Tom, draw a straight line challenge.
Oh my god, challenge impossible. How about one of those and one of these? Yeah, that's fine. There it is.
There we go.
God, oh my god. Oh shit, that was the fucking funniest moment of my life. Oh my god, please tell me I'm recording. Oh hell yeah. Oh my god, that was the best thing that's ever happened on this show.
Oh my god. ndsketcher. I don't know if I believe this theory, but I love it. I don't think this is correct, but what a twist this would be.
Do you see what I mean? This is such a good theory.
Yeah, if George R. R. Martin pulls this one out, so this is part 1 of the theory?
Correct.
So I think I've solved part 1, right?
I think that you have. I have some supporting evidence here, okay?
Supporting evidence, okay.
Yes. It is not known who Euron's mother is, or where she was located at the time of his conception or birth. It is not known if she is a rock or salt wife. This is the linchpin. If Brynden Tully had a relationship with a woman that he loved, especially if he got her pregnant, he might refuse marriage for the sake of his family, even if that woman is married, and even if the child is being raised by another man. And Zach, there is precedent for that. There is precedent for that in the story of Mance's baby and the baby swap with Monster.
Yeah.
Children being raised in other households is indeed a theme within the Greyjoy plot. That's like Theon's whole thing. Not sure whether he's more connected to his family or connected to his foster family.
Not only that, the kids that Theon might have had killed might have been his.
Yes, yeah.
A married woman who he slept with, who then maybe had kids and passed them off as her husbands.
Yes, exactly. There's
a few examples, and also as I think I've mentioned before, I am of the Asha is pregnant theorists out there, and it's very possible that child she's carrying is not the person she's betrothed to. Uh, there's a lot. There's a lot of cucking going on in the Greyjoy
There's a
storyline.
lot.
Also, Euron, like
Yep.
Victarion killed one of his wives because of Euron.
That is a direct ding. Euron had a sexual relationship with his brother Victarion's wife. After that, Euron was banished from his homeland for as long as Balin lived. And like,
And Victarion killed the wife, which
yes,
is one horribly fucked up. Because you just shouldn't kill somebody for that. And two, there was some debate over whether she consented or not. So it's even more fucked up if she got punished for that. That's just horrible if that's the case. Although Euron insists that she did, which obviously, he would because they could probably up that to a much harsher penalty than banishment if they wanted to. Uh, Curious. You're right. There's a lot of this in the Greyjoy
right.
storyline.
It
There's a
it
lot of infidelity.
right.
Uh,
The more that you think about it, the more it seems reasonable. There are physical and character similarities between Euron and the Blackfish. It's almost like they took the same path, but the Blackfish took the good side of the path, and Euron took the bad. They are both loners who do not feel connected to their families. Uh, 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 I should say loners who feel this really complicated connection to their families.
yeah, like
That
Brendan's still there when Hoster dies. They make up any
no,
promise they had,
now you
but
say still there. He comes back when Hoster is dying. He spent most of his adult life serving in the Vale, in not banishment but self-imposed exile from his home in the Riverlands.
yeah, well, he's with Lysa, so it's not like he's completely gone from his family.
This is very
Uh,
true.
but like he did like get away from the court politics of the Riverlands, uh, and only came back to help see off his dying brother,
Yeah.
which is not like horribly like unprecedented in like real life. That's totally like people move and do other things. Uh,
And
it's not like as if he never like showed up, as we mentioned earlier. He almost certainly came by when Kat brought the kids. It's not like he was always gone. He just wasn't persistently there.
and
But
I
you could say the same of Euron, just under much darker circumstances.
and Zach, I do
He
want
just shows up a little late to his brother's death, or depending on whether you believe he killed him or not, and you should, he showed up right on time for it.
yeah. Uh,
He was right by his brother's side when he died, uh,
I do want to
because he
hammer
was killing him.
I do want to hammer it home. A, you ready for me to use an interesting word? A forsaken brother who comes back at the time of his older ruling brother's death is an interesting parallel between these two characters.
Yeah.
Does that mean that I think that Euron is the Blackfish's bastard child? Yes, yes, it does.
Look, I will fully admit there is a lot of thematic parallels here.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Zach, I hope you're. Yeah, I want you to turn around. All right, I want you to turn around and look behind you and tell me if you can see the rails.
I can't look behind me because I'm currently laying on a bed, and I would just be smothering myself at that point.
Uh huh.
Uh, but by the way, for anybody who wonders, almost all of these videos I have been lying down on a bed or a couch. Uh,
So,
except for the one
Zach,
time I laid on my floor.
Zach,
Uh,
just to go ahead and finish that bit that you decided wasn't worth your time.
yeah,
Uh,
that was the whole bit. That was the whole fun fact.
no. I want you, I want you to take one last look at the rails because you're never gonna see them again.
Oh, that bit. Yes. Where if that was on the rails, then this night will be dark and full of terrors because we're we're going places.
Oh, strap in, bro. It's gonna be fun. Oh my god. Alright, Zach. Hold on. I have stood that I might plug in my computer before it flippin' dies.
That would be bad. That would be bad if your computer died.
It'd be an awkward moment. Hang on. There it is. Okay. My computer is not charging? Uh-oh. This day has been a chaos factory.
It indeed has. There's been much chaos today.
All right, Zach, talk to me.
I'm talking to you about this theory.
Yeah.
Where are we going next? Because I presume this is about the intersection of the storylines of the Blackfish and the Crow's Eye. That their stories are going to meet, which would be interesting. And I should note, Brendan Tully there, he escaped. He jumped in a river and like escaped when he was going to be arrested by Jaime Lannister. And Jaime doesn't know where the hell he went, so he could be anywhere. He could even be on the Silence. With his son.
Zach, my charger is not charging. So we have 44% on this laptop.
Why is your charger not charging?
That's a great question.
Right, yeah, battery saver, good.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and change it to battery saver.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I guess we're not recording a second theory today. Like what's wrong with your charger?
These are great questions.
Make sure it's plugged in all the way and all.
Oh, thanks,
possible
man. I
areas.
was really.
No, I don't know if you did. You never mentioned that. I understand it's pretty asinine advice, but sometimes it works.
Oh, no.
It's the same reason IT always asks you to try turning it on and off again.
Oh,
Hey,
I had to turn the socket on.
Oh,
Interesting.
what?
I've never had
That's
to do
peculiar.
that before.
Interesting. Well, crisis averted yet again.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, Zach. All right. Here we go. I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited because this is about to get way more fun.
So as I mentioned, nobody knows where the Blackfish is. Is that a ding?
That
I
is
presume?
true. That is not a ding. That's not what I'm looking for.
It's not that he escaped from Jamie's clutches that we're going for. Interesting.
No, I don't actually have anything about the future of the Blackfish on this theory. We may we may turn that into additional tinfoil because there is definitely some interesting conversations to be had, but I don't have any of that at the moment.
So the rest of this should be Euron, maybe. Let me pull the Euron thread. So Euron Greyjoy shows up right upon the death of Balon.
This is
Death
very
he
true.
almost certainly caused.
A death that if he didn't orchestrate is phenomenally fortunate for Euron Greyjoy.
And also, I guess the Ghost of Highheart was just wrong. Because she like says that she sees that assassination like straight up. So that would be weird for her if that was just not the case.
What if it's a coincidence?
Yeah, he just happened to fall like that.
Yeah, what if she was just describing something she was looking at that moment? Like there was a bridge on Arya's other side, and she was looking at it, and Arya just never looked.
And there was a drowned crow there. But it was just a bird that died.
Yeah.
This is possible, but not likely. Where the hell can this go?
Yeah.
So
keep tugging on Euron.
So Euron Greyjoy It's one interesting bad guy. He wants to maybe summon a horrifying kraken-like beast, or just a kraken. It may or may not be the Drown God to eat up the great the fleet
Gravedigger.
of the Iron Throne. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he he wins the King's Moot by promising them a whole bunch of swag and then blowing a horn that may or may not mind control all of them into doing that. After all, Euron himself puts the crown on Euron, and the entire meeting was held specifically so that anybody other than Euron could be king. Uh,
Zach, you got very close. What is? Tell me more about that horn.
it's called Dragonbinder, and allegedly it binds dragons. There's an argument I've heard many people make that it actually binds people. And if you blow that horn, it totally burns your whole lungs up. It might sacrifice you to get a usage out of it.
Uh,
Uh,
ding,
that's what we know about the horn.
ding. Euron Greyjoy seeks to control dragons and control dragons and wed den den de, de, Daenerys. Is that how you spell that?
Uh,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
look.
Yeah,
If
that's. I'm sure it is. If we're wrong, it's fine. No one has ever called out YouTubers for spelling things incorrectly before. We're in the
uh,
clear.
this is the case. Boop, boop. Correct. There's definitely more to pull on in the Euron thread.
Yeah, I'm certain with 45 hints. Uh,
We've probably gone through a solid half of them. So, we don't, a lot of the supporting evidence we just talked about.
okay, that's fair. So yeah, Euron wants to control dragons and wed Daenerys. This is part of his plan for world domination and/or destruction, depending on who you ask.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Victarion wants to take go through his plan, which is just to do Euron's plan first. Very brilliant plan for Victarion there.
God, the
Uh,
dumbest motherfucker in Planet House.
I, I've weirdly like come around. Like Victarion is dumb, but he makes plans that are appropriate to his level of dumbness. If that makes any
Yeah, he
sense.
never tries to plan beyond his own intelligence.
Yeah. He. I don't know that he like acknowledges that he's stupid, but he certainly knows he is not a like expert level schemer. Like Cersei is not dumber than Victarion, but she is way more out of her depths than Victarion is. Victarion's using skill sets that like he actually has. Cersei thinks that she is Tywin with teats, which is just completely incorrect. And she makes the dumbest decisions possible. It's kind of interesting, that era of the books, the feast and dance like parts. Victarion has a lot more W's in his column than Cersei does, and he's on a boat with a guy you only just met.
We just got a Windows Defender summary notification.
Nice, very nice.
Yes.
Uh,
Victarion is far more successful than Cersei is because Victarion likes to keep it simple.
yeah, exactly.
Victarion thinks, oh, this fire guy fixed my hand. Well, let's hang out.
Yeah, all right.
Full
Uh,
stop.
ally gained.
Yeah.
Cersei would have somehow like second guessed that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mokoro has joined your party.
yeah,
I like Victarion. He's a very fun character.
he is. He's almost certainly going to have some horrible, tragic fate if if Euron's plan is going to like pop off the way it needs to. But I hope that's not the case. I hope Victorian Greyjoy makes it to the end of the books, flaming hand and all. Even though I know that's not happening.
I'm just reminded of the section in the Guard Extreme where the wonderful line was uttered. No, no, you confused Vizzy T with Victizi.
uh,
Zach, I have no Victarion on my list.
no Victorian. It's all Euron to pull on.
It's all
Oh
you're
boy.
on, baby.
So
There's a little bit of
Euron wants to wed the Kraken to the dragon. Whether that is him marrying Daenerys or him literally making a dragon Kraken hybrid has been discussed many a time.
Oh man, I
Euron,
totally should have had when the Kraken weds the dragon, let all the world beware. I totally should have had that one on here.
yeah, that would have been great. Oh God, this is tough. Euron has a boat called the Silence. The people on the Silence don't have tongues, and they might be mind controlled by him.
There are no mutes
Euron
in my
has
theory.
Euron Greyjoy with him and is putting him through some horrifying like torture.
There is no
Euron
Euron in this theory.
Euron drinks sweet sleep and it turns his lips blue. Euron has a crow's eye.
Oh, yeah, ding.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
You're typing in all black.
Euron Greyjoy is called the Crow's Eye. We can put that one. Put it down here. Yeah, ding.
Is this is part 2 just another theory that's fairly common? Is a stepping stone to a part 3?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Euron is Dario.
Fuck no.
Okay.
Stop that. Stop that right now. Cut it out. No, the storm crows will not get you a day.
Okay. So wait a second. The next part is something that is like a commonly accepted theory or
Correct.
commonly believed theory.
Correct.
Is it that Euron is sending dreams to Daenerys?
No. One step broader than that.
Oh,
and even
Euron,
more. Yeah.
Euron is a Greenseer of some sort, or maybe trained with Bloodraven.
Correct. Date. It is strongly hinted that Euron Greyjoy
Good old Greyjoy.
how we gonna phrase this?
His powers similar to Bran?
Yeah, sure. Has powers similar to Bloodraven. We'll put it that way.
Okay, interesting.
There is
is the implication here that the Bloodraven powers did not in fact come from the Stark line? They came from the Tully line.
Ding! Absolutely. Oh my lord. Yes. Hold on. I'm scrolling. You actually hopped from part 1 to part 3. That is part 2. Yes. Hold on. How are we gonna phrase this concisely? Some fans believe. Believe? How do you spell believe? Why can I not spell believe right now?
Believe.
That doesn't look right. So
It
some
doesn't,
fans
but it
believe
is.
that um, Tullys have
Yeah.
inherent Greenseer powers.
And you could make the argument that why the Reeds have it because they're Crannock men, or perhaps Howland's wife is from the Riverlands or a Tully offshoot, and I believe is Blood Ravens from one of the first many Riverland people, right?
That's a huge thing. Absolutely. Brynden Rivers is a son of House Blackwood
Yeah,
of the
the first men
Riverlands.
of the Riverlands, famous for their feuds with the Brackens. Uh, the implication here is not that Brynden Rivers is an ancestor of Brynden Tully, and that's where the name's from, right? Because that could be where the name's from, but I don't think it's a family name. Tom, you got quiet. Are you laughing very hard? Are you about to underline the name Brendan? Yep. Yep, you sure are. That's what you're doing. That's what's happening right now. Is that thing where we're implying that Brendan Tully either is the descendant of Brendan Rivers or is perhaps maybe just a cleverly disguised blood raven.
Tully is called the Blackfish.
He is called the Blackfish. That's correct.
Shoot. Shoot.
Blackwood
Shoot.
and the fish from the Tully. Uh, yeah, these are all true things up here on the board.
Yeah. I didn't say anything wrong.
Recently, while debating something with a couple friends of mine, a friend of mine just pointed to me and said, "This is the thing wrong with Zach's arguments. He just says a bunch of true things."
Yeah.
Which I took as a compliment, and that's not how he meant it. But that's how I feel about this theory. ndsketcher, you've just said a bunch of true things. Stop it.
Zach, I am pleased to say at this point we have left the quagmire that was ndsketcher's theory and entered the brain-altering fugue state that is mine.
Okay, hold on. What was ndsketcher's theory?
ndsketcher's theory was that Euron Greyjoy is the son of Brynden Tully. Through this interesting connection that Quellon Greyjoy and Brynden Tully share in the War of the Ninepenny Kings. With a lot of interesting thematic parallels. There are also some interesting thematic parallels, ndsketcher points out, between Bloodraven and Brynden, and suggests that they could be sort of thematic analogs in Euron's story. One, there's a history in this story of failed father figures. And I said, well, why does he got to be a failed father figure when he can just be Brendan's dad?
Oh my gosh. Blackfish Targaryen.
Blackfish Targaryen is the thing. You're correct.
I like ndsketcher where he's going with that. I don't know if I believe it. I don't think I can say Blackfish Targaryen.
Zach, hold on here. Hold the phone. Be in this brain space with me for a moment.
I will stay in this brain space with you.
What an interesting thing it would be. Okay, wait, now hold on. Don't say that. Don't do this, Tom. Euron Greyjoy has very strong skin changing abilities.
Yeah,
Very strong skin changing abilities.
correct.
Like historically strong.
I was thinking about this today actually. I was thinking about how powers present themselves a little bit differently. We have only seen Bran control like either Hodor or what Summer is his
Yeah,
direwolf. I
yeah,
get the dogs confused.
yeah.
Uh we've only one of them at a time. And Varamir's Six Skins control six different animals, but not simultaneously.
Correct.
Euron, if the book's implications are to be believed, controls his entire ship like a hive mind, which is something that we've not seen anybody else do. We've also never seen anybody with time traveling brand powers, including in the books yet. But that might be coming. Although there's definitely some implications of time traveling brand, so it could be the people's powers like branch into different trees, basically. No pun intended about Weirwoods.
Well,
Uh,
the argument I think is that powers of that strength only tend to come when two very powerful magical bloodlines come together. Bloodraven is historically powerful because he is both a Blackwood, which is an old First Men house with Stark ancestry, um, and a Targaryen.
yeah,
Bran is a Stark and a Tully, and if we believe this fun stuff down here, that lines that up. But who the hell is Euron? Euron is a Greyjoy.
yeah.
Euron is just a Greyjoy.
But maybe
In
Greyjoys have a magical power
it,
associated with them.
it is implied that some Greyjoys in history have been able to like skin change squids and dolphins and stuff. Um, but they are loose implications lost a long time ago in history.
Yeah.
So I propose. What if he is Tully Targaryen? I have supporting evidence.
Hit me up with the supporting evidence.
um, in the Bad Dragon Show, uh, uh, Brendan Tully wears black scale mail. This scale mail, by the way, is remarkably similar to some of the black scale mail we see in House of the Dragon.
Huh.
In the Forsaken chapter of the Winds of Winter, Euron Greyjoy wears a suit of Valyrian black scale mail. And if this up here, if this crazy apocalyptic shit up here is not Targaryen imagery, I fully don't know what is.
That's fair. Um,
Furthermore, and I would really love to stress this one, Brynden Tully is named Brynden Tully.
yeah, yeah. I mean that's true. He is named Brendan Tully.
He is named
Uh,
he is named Brynden Tully after Bloodraven, one at the time of his birth, which is in it would be the 240s, like 242.
Yeah,
Brendan Rivers is one of the most famous and reviled people on the planet. It's weird
yeah,
that he's named Brendan Tully.
yeah. He like famous for like killing somebody in cold blood and getting exiled for it.
Yeah.
It'd be like if you said, "I named my kid OJ after my favorite football player."
Like he had Bloodraven has the nickname Kinslayer. He
Yeah,
carries that with him basically his entire adult life. It's
he kills a Blackfire in cold blood.
yeah,
Uh,
it's weird that he's called Brendan Tully,
that's true. Unless Brendan is a very common name, but we
but
have no indication of
it
this.
it is not. We know of only three Brendans. We know of Brendan Rivers, Brendan Tully, and another Brendan from another, like one minor character in another house. Fuck off the middle of nowhere, somewhere in the Vale, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh, it's all a little weird. Brendan Rivers is a son of House Blackwood in the Riverlands. I I assert that Brendan Tully is the bastard son of Brendan Rivers on someone from House Blackwood. Now we do have to do
Oh,
a little bit of backflipping uh to get Brendan Tully into the Tully family, right?
yeah,
Brendan Tully, who I think would also be called Brendan Rivers. But a child raised in another person's household is already a theme of this story.
that's true.
Yeah.
Being like plenty of characters are adopted and raised in a household that's not their original like family's abode. Like
Yeah.
Jon Snow, mm,
Uh,
well-known example. Theon
Euron
Greyjoy,
Euron Greyjoy.
potentially, if we believe the first half of this theory. Yeah, uh, all fine answers to that.
Yeah. Just for anyone who's watching who isn't aware, I do want to talk very briefly about the Tully Greenseer stuff because if you haven't watched those batshit insane Preston Jacobs videos, it might not track. Um, all the Stark children. Oh god, he does like Punnett squares. All the
Yeah,
Stark children have some kind of wargame skin changing power. While Ned's siblings, Lyanna and Brandon, may have also had latent powers, the fact that all of the children have latent powers suggests that if magic is genetic, which it seems to be, Ned and Kat probably both provide magic from both of their lines.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, unless Ned had warding powers that are never fully explored.
which is
There is, of
entirely
course,
possible, right?
there's the famous Ned Pigeon Ward theory. Uh,
Which I'm a huge fan of, by the way.
there's absolutely zero evidence that it's pure like copium, but it is a fun theory.
Right, maybe Ned just never had an animal to bond with. Lyanna had horses. All the Stark kids had dogs, but maybe Ned just never had an animal that he cared about like that.
I suppose that's possible.
It is.
Uh,
It is strictly speaking possible. This, by the way, ndsketcher suggests that this is also dragon imagery because it's styled after fish scales, but it sure does look like House of the Dragon armor.
yeah,
Yeah, it does.
I can't deny this. Uh, yeah, that could very well be the case.
Yeah, um Andy Sketcher suggests that this set of Valyrian steel armor is supposed to lampshade a little bit the connection to this famous set of armor that Brynden Tully wears, to sort of highlight that connection, which is very interesting.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not sold on any of this. I like the pure ndsketcher version. I think is a lot more stomachable.
You're
I
telling
think
me you're telling
no
me you
insult
don't,
to your additional tinfoil.
you're telling me you don't like Brynden Rivers Jr.
Uh,
because
Brendan hold the rivers.
because I want you to know I was really thinking about that for the thumbnail.
I think we owe it to ndsketcher to make the thumbnail something directly from his half of the theory.
You're right. You're
Uh,
right. You're right. And his sketch has been outstanding, and they're really. It's just a really good theory, dude.
it is quite a good theory.
Oh my lord.
Well, wild. I should know. I did lose my mind a wee bit. But if nothing else, there's some interesting parallels that I did not think about. Some interesting
Yeah.
things going on in the Greyjoy story. A lot of which has to do with uh, adoption, almost.
Yeah,
Like
and and
right.
and a lot of which seems to be thematically connected to Brynden Rivers, to Brynden Tully rather. Like there seem to be parallels between their plots.
Yeah, I won't say it's like 100% thing, but they definitely, yeah. There's you can easily make the argument that Euron, his like not necessarily estrangement from his family, but like the fact that he is not as close with his family is like a dark reflection on Brendan Tully, who is not super duper tight with his family, but like still like is in a better shape and is able to deal with it in a better way than what Euron's capable of. And that kind of harkens back to what I was saying earlier, where the Tullys don't really have as much drama. The worst you can say is that uh, Brendan went to go spend time with a different member of his family instead of his brother. And the second his brother got sick, he came back to like see him off. Which isn't like that, like, shocking or horrific of a thing. Unlike Euron, who gets banished and then kills his brother so he can come back.
Zach,
It's
before
it's
go ahead.
very thought provoking. It's very interesting. I enjoyed exploring this topic because it made me think about the Greyjoy and Tully storylines in a new light.
Yeah, there's interesting things to be discussed in the Greyjoy storyline, and also like not to put too fine a point on it. I it is kind of weird that Euron is as powerful as he is.
Yeah,
We don't know who his mom is. We don't know a lot about him, and
we really don't.
it's weird that he's as powerful as he is, considering how much time we spend with Theon, and it seems that Theon never at any point shows any amount of Greenseer ability.
Yeah,
Um,
not even close.
yeah, and it's Euron's weird. He's a weird character.
Yeah,
Zach, can I share with you a couple of small pieces from the conclusion section, just to make
please
sure that
do.
I'm not misrepresenting this phenomenal theory?
Yeah,
Euron is the son of Brynden Tully and the wife. Is the son of Brynden Tully and the wife of Lord Quelon Greyjoy, back from the time of the War of the Ninepenny Kings. Euron's armor is an acknowledgement of his Tully Blackfish lineage, not necessarily Valyrian steel armor. Euron. Andy Sketcher suggests that uh, Aaron was wrong when he saw Aaron was tripping balls in the Forsaken chapter. Andy Sketcher suggests that it doesn't need to have been Valyrian steel armor for it to have the effect that it had on Euron. And I think that's an interesting take. It does make me question: are other things in those visions not real, but instead like set dressing that Euron put on? It's interesting.
That is very interesting.
Euron is pro Dany, but also extremely sexist. So while he does want Targaryen dragon power back in charge, he wants it on his terms, not hers. And finally, Euron likely found out about his lineage when he was contacted by Brynden Rivers, the namesake of his father, and his third eye was open. So I imagine sort of like not unlike the Bran scene from the near the end of the fifth book, where he like flashes through his ancestry through the eyes of the weirwood in like the second or third to last chapter in Dance. Maybe Euron had a similar thing and he realized that he wasn't a Greyjoy.
Huh. Yeah.
He realized he was a Targaryen. He turned and looked
There's
at
a lot going on there that I don't necessarily fully believe in, but
Zach, Brynden Rivers training his grandson.
that would make. I was about to say that would make sense, and then thought about what I was saying.
It would be awesome.
It would be awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
I can't deny that aspect of it.
Zach, that's our show.
That is, I feel like this one did some permanent damage to my brain. Mostly from your additional tinfoil, but ndsketcher did do a great job of warming it up for you.
Yeah. We both landed some good blows.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, holy crap.
Thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah. I had a great time. If you want to like and if okay, how about this? If you want to submit theories like this, there's an email address in the description. You can just do it if you want to.
Yeah, we will literally read out your theory. It's like less work for us, and we always accept that. We're very good about taking less work when we can get it.
And on top of that, having the perspectives of people other than just the two of us in this cool format we do, I think is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think either of us would have ever come up with this theory. The ndsketcher portion of it.
And I only made look, all right, that's not a huge leap to make off the end of ndsketcher's theory. I claim only the last like 5%.
Every theory has a secret Targaryen theory in it if you look hard enough.
Yes. And on that note, Zach, please say your favorite line from Theon Greyjoy in the show.
From Theon Greyjoy?
Correct.
What's my favorite Theon line? Do I have one? This is anticlimactic. I don't know. Tom, hit me with yours.
Bye.